the IRS hit me with another penalty. This is so frustrating. So I'm going to walk you through exactly what happened, what I do to make sure this does not happen to you. So here's what you get. You get one of these in the mail. Whenever you see this in the envelope, your heart just drops. Even though you probably didn't do anything wrong. It drops every single time. And it's so frustrating. So I get this in the mail. I don't know. I got this over the weekend. And this one was for a failure to file penalty for $210. So I know that I did this stuff. I wasn't late on my filings, but it's the fact that you need to spend the time to call the IRS, talk to who knows how many agents, finally get it fixed. Just a really frustrating process. So anyways, this has happened to me before. I've done other videos on this, and I basically follow the same process every single time. Now, I do everything last minute. The reason being is because I do all of my clients' work first, and then I do my own stuff. So my stuff comes to the last second, so I always send it in at the last minute. I usually drive down to the post office and mail this stuff out. So I just got this. This notice was dated January 9th, 2023 for my 2021 tax return that was due on March 15th with the extension goes up to September the 15th. So here's what I do. And this is the whole reason I'm making this video, because I want to make sure that anybody's having these problems going out into Google and YouTube, whatever, and searching for this stuff. Hopefully this video comes up and this fixes it. So I send these out, my certified mail receipts. And I've done this before. I have them all right here. This is what I do. I have a little bin right here, all my certified receipts, all the ones that I send out, I put in my little bin and I keep it. I keep the certified mail receipt and the receipt from the post office. So you can see it's clipped up right here. And I literally just write exactly which form number it is in the corner, just for my own reference. Sometimes I'll throw a sticky on it, but I have one of these clips on it. I put it all together and I put it in that bin so you can see exactly what it's for. And this is the proof that you need if the IRS says otherwise. And that's the irritating part. When you call in, they usually act like you're guilty until you can prove your innocence. And in years past, they've been really adamant, no, you're getting this fine unless you can send this in and prove it. And that is the frustration. The fact that I did send this in on time. They said I sent it in some time. I think they said October the 9th. So it was due on September the 15th, but the timestamp is okay. So you go down to the post office and you get you get it stamped. Don't just put it in your mailbox and just send it off. You have to send it certified mail. That's the way I would send it every single time. And I have a whole bunch of these receipts. The certified mail receipts look like this. This is what you want to get from the post office. So that's what you want to do. You want to fill this thing out. And you just basically put exactly who you're sending it to. The IRS, you put their address in there, and they're basically going to rip this thing right there. There's a, where is it? Right there. Perforated line. They're going to rip it off. This part is going to go on the envelope. This part goes into your receipts, and that's what you need. You need to make sure that you do that. Now I have them both. So I have this is my corporate return. So I might not have said that in the very beginning. This is my corporate return. It is due basically a month in advance of your personal. It's basically how it works. So if you're filing as an S corporation, that's what I file as. That's when it's due. So right here, I have my March 15th extension with the receipt. And then I have my return, my Sickle Hunter Financial Advisors return that I send in on my 1120S with the receipt, certified mail, and you're good to go. That's what you need. Now, thankfully, they were nice enough that I did not need to send it in this time because I was pretty upset about this whole ordeal because I waited on the phone for 45 minutes, got an agent on the phone, said that I would need to send in another form to prove my innocence, that I did send it in on time. Then they transferred me and I got disconnected after 5 or 10 minutes. So that phone call was about 45 minutes. And then I had to call back and I got another agent on the line after about, maybe another 20 or 30 minutes. And then I was like, okay, what are we doing here? This is ridiculous. Waste of my time, waste of your time. And I sent it in on time. The response that I got was send it in earlier. Well, that's ridiculous because that's the deadline. and I took the time to go down to the post office, which happens to be really close to my house, and I drive there, I send it out. I shouldn't have to go through this. They should have the decency to actually look at the envelope and look at the timestamp, especially if you're getting one of these on the envelope, you should be looking at it. I don't care if they get 350 million of these things. With 328 million people in the US, doesn't matter. It's really irritating. The irritating part is the fact that they very often will treat you as guilty until proven innocent. And I'm probably preaching to the choir here. Everybody knows it. But it's the way that they handle it. They don't handle it like customer service, and they should. You know, I get asked when I mention this stuff, why didn't I just send it electronically? Because I do it at the last second. That's what I do. I did it at the last second, and I want to send it by mail. That's just what I feel like doing. And if you send it in electronically and it doesn't go through, you still get a grace period, but I just don't want to deal with it at that point. So that's why I send my return by mail, because I wait until the last second. And I do know this will get me out of hot water and abate this penalty, which is exactly what happened. So that's why I do it the last second. Electronically is fine, but that's what I choose to do. So hopefully this has helped. If it has, let me know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.